Welcome back to Secret of the Zodiac, cosmic explorers and stargazers. The universe has aligned perfectly for today's journey into one of the zodiac's most misunderstood and fascinating signs. The stars have whispered their secrets, and I've gathered the essential knowledge you need to unlock the heart and mind of the zodiac's most determined climber, Capricorn. Have you ever found yourself drawn to someone with that unmistakable Capricorn energy, that quiet confidence, that unwavering focus, that subtle wit that catches you off guard? There's something magnetically compelling about these earth signs that keeps us coming back, trying to understand the depths behind those calculating eyes. Capricorns aren't like other signs. While fire signs wear their passions on their sleeves and air signs verbalize their every thought, the Capricorn moves through life with purpose and restraint. They are the marathon runners of the zodiac, pacing themselves for long-term success, while others sprint and burn out. This deliberate approach extends to their relationships. They don't let just anyone scale their emotional mountains. I've spent years studying the celestial patterns that shape Capricorn behavior, consulting ancient texts, modern astrological research, and perhaps most importantly, gathering real stories from thousands of interactions with these fascinating individuals. What I've discovered is that winning a Capricorn's trust, respect, and affection follows specific cosmic principles that rarely fail when applied correctly. The Capricorn paradox is what makes them so intriguing. Behind that serious exterior lies a playful soul. Beneath their practical approach to life burns a passion for legacy and meaning. They appear self-sufficient, yet deeply value loyal companionship. They seem coldly rational, but harbor rich emotional worlds they protect fiercely. Understanding these contradictions is your first step toward genuine connection. Think of approaching a Capricorn like climbing a mountain. It requires preparation, stamina, and respect for the terrain. Rush to the summit without proper equipment, and you'll find yourself sliding back down. But approach with patience and strategy, and the view from the top will take your breath away. The loyalty of a Capricorn, once earned, is unshakable through life's fiercest storms. The 12 strategies I'm about to share aren't quick fixes or manipulation tactics. They're pathways to authentic connection based on understanding Capricorn's core nature. These approaches honor who they truly are rather than trying to change them. Because here's the truth. You don't win a Capricorn by trying to transform them into something they're not. You win them by appreciating the unique qualities that make them who they are. Before we dive into these life-changing strategies, take a moment to subscribe to Secret of the Zodiac if you haven't already. Our cosmic community grows stronger with each new member, and you won't want to miss our upcoming revelations about every sign of the zodiac. That quick click ensures the algorithmic forces of the digital universe keep our celestial wisdom flowing into your life. And if you're finding value already, that like button is waiting for your energy. It helps others discover these astrological secrets too. I've seen these 12 approaches transform frustration into understanding, confusion into clarity, and casual connections into profound bonds. Whether you're trying to deepen a friendship, navigate a work relationship, or nurture a romantic connection with a Capricorn, these insights will illuminate your path forward. The journey we're embarking on together isn't just about winning over a Capricorn. It's about appreciating the beautiful complexity of human connection through the lens of the stars. It's about recognizing that our differences aren't obstacles, but opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. Let's begin with the first 3 fundamental approaches that will lay the groundwork for any meaningful connection with the zodiac's most ambitious mountain goat. First way, demonstrate unwavering reliability in everything you do. This cornerstone principle of connecting with a Capricorn cannot be overstated. In a world where commitments are often treated as flexible suggestions, Capricorns operate on a different frequency. They view reliability not as an occasional virtue, but as the fundamental currency of human interaction. When you tell a Capricorn you'll call at 7, their internal clock is already set. When you promise to complete a task by Friday, they've mentally logged it and expect nothing less than completion. This reliability extends beyond the obvious punctuality and promise-keeping. It permeates every aspect of how you present yourself. Consistency in your values, your emotional responses, your work ethic, these create a pattern that allows the cautious Capricorn to begin trusting the ground beneath your relationship. They're watching for alignment between your words and actions, not just once, but repeatedly over time. Consider how a Capricorn approaches their own commitments. These are individuals who will drive through snowstorms to keep appointments, who will work through illness to meet deadlines, who remember birthdays without social media reminders. Their internal standard for reliability is exceptionally high because they apply it first and foremost to themselves. Meeting them at this level signals that you speak their language of commitment. The beautiful paradox here is that while demonstrating reliability requires conscious effort initially, it creates the foundation for profound relaxation later. Once a Capricorn knows they can count on you, the fortress walls begin to lower. The tension in their shoulders eases. The calculating gaze softens. They can finally exhale in your presence, secure in the knowledge that you are who you claim to be. Second way, respect their ambition and work ethic. The ambitious nature of Capricorn is often misunderstood as mere career climbing or status seeking. In truth, their drive runs much deeper, connected to their elemental need to build something lasting in this ephemeral world. To truly connect with a Capricorn, you must understand that their work, whatever form it takes, is rarely just about money or recognition. It's about legacy, impact, and the quiet satisfaction of excellence. When a Capricorn speaks about their professional goals or personal projects, listen with genuine curiosity rather than polite tolerance. Ask questions that demonstrate you grasp the significance behind their ambitions. Notice the subtle shifts in their energy when they discuss their work. The animated hands, the rare, unguarded enthusiasm, the flash of pride quickly concealed behind practical next steps. Supporting their ambition means celebrating their achievements without reservation or competitive undertones. When they reach a milestone, acknowledge both the visible success and the invisible mountain of effort that preceded it. Capricorns are acutely aware of how much discipline and sacrifice their accomplishments require, and they notice when others recognize this hidden dimension of their success. Equally important is respecting their process. Capricorns often work methodically, meticulously, sometimes painfully slowly by others' standards. They typically won't take shortcuts, even when no one would notice. This isn't stubbornness, it's integrity manifested as thoroughness. Suggesting they cut corners or rush their work demonstrates a fundamental misunderstanding of their character. Instead, express admiration for their attention to detail and commitment to excellence. Remember that many Capricorns have endured criticism for being too serious or all work and no play. Your appreciation for their dedicated approach offers a refreshing counter-narrative that validates their natural inclinations. You're not asking them to be something they're not. You're honoring who they truly are. Third way, master the art of patience. Patience with a Capricorn isn't merely waiting. It's active, intentional space holding. Think of it as planting a seed in winter soil. The apparent stillness above ground belies the slow, necessary development happening beneath the surface. Rushing a Capricorn relationship is like trying to force a flower to bloom by pulling on its petals. You'll damage the very connection you're trying to cultivate. This patience applies most critically to emotional intimacy. Capricorns build trust incrementally, testing the waters with small disclosures before sharing deeper vulnerabilities. What might seem like emotional withholding is actually self-protection, born from their earth sign pragmatism. They've learned through experience that not everyone deserves access to their inner world, and they need to verify your trustworthiness over time. The patience Capricorns require isn't passive waiting, but consistent presence. It's showing up repeatedly without demanding immediate emotional reciprocity. It's understanding that their careful consideration of a relationship isn't rejection, but thorough evaluation. It's recognizing that when they finally do open up, it represents a significant investment of trust that shouldn't be taken lightly. This patience extends to decision-making as well. Capricorns rarely make impulsive choices, preferring to weigh options thoroughly before committing. What might appear as frustrating indecision to others is actually their methodical risk assessment process at work. By respecting their timeline rather than pushing for quick answers, you demonstrate emotional intelligence that distinguishes you from those who've tried to rush them in the past. The reward for this patience is witnessing the gradual unfurling of Capricorn's hidden depths. Behind their practical exterior lies surprising sensitivity, understated passion, and a loyalty that, once given, becomes unshakable. Few get to experience the profound warmth of a Capricorn who has fully embraced you into their inner circle, but those who do discover it was worth every moment of patient cultivation. As you integrate these first 3 approaches into your interactions with Capricorns, you'll begin noticing subtle shifts in how they respond to you. The reserved smile might linger a moment longer. The text messages might include unexpected personal details. The protective layers start to thin, revealing glimpses of the multi-dimensional person beneath the disciplined exterior. This gradual transformation sets the stage for even deeper connection through our next 3 strategies, which build upon this foundation of trust you've now established. Fourth way, engage them in meaningful conversations about substantive topics. Having established the foundation of reliability, respect for their ambition, and patience, we now venture deeper into the Capricorn psyche through intellectual connection. Superficial chatter and gossip rarely capture a Capricorn's genuine interest. Their minds naturally gravitate toward substantive matters, the architecture of ideas, the mechanics of systems, the underlying principles that govern both the world and human behavior. When conversing with a Capricorn, elevate your discussions beyond the mundane. They crave intellectual stimulation that challenges their analytical thinking. Bring up topics with depth and consequence, perhaps the philosophical implications of new technologies, the historical patterns that might inform current events, or thoughtful analysis of industry trends that affect their field. A Capricorn's eyes will light up when you introduce subjects that engage their strategic mind. What makes these conversations particularly effective is that they allow Capricorns to reveal themselves indirectly. While they might hesitate to speak directly about their emotions, their values and character emerge naturally through their perspectives on substantive topics. Listen carefully to their analyses of complex issues. You'll discover their ethical framework, their hopes for the future, and their deeply held beliefs embedded within their practical assessments. Don't shy away from respectful disagreement during these discussions. Capricorns respect intellectual integrity more than automatic agreement. They appreciate someone who has formed independent thoughts and can defend them with logic and evidence. These productive debates, conducted without personal attacks or emotional manipulation, create a unique form of intimacy with Capricorns that more conventional approaches might never achieve. Remember that Capricorns often possess specialized knowledge in their areas of interest. Rather than competing with this expertise, express genuine curiosity. Ask questions that allow them to share their insights without making them feel like they're delivering a lecture. The subtle art is creating an exchange that feels balanced, where both of you are contributing value and gaining new perspectives. Fifth way, learn to appreciate their distinctive dry humor. Beneath the serious, responsible exterior of most Capricorns lies a surprisingly playful spirit, expressed through a distinctive dry wit. Their humor tends toward the subtle and understated, a raised eyebrow, a perfectly timed deadpan comment, an unexpected moment of self-deprecation. Missing these moments means missing a crucial dimension of their personality. Capricorn humor often serves as a testing ground for trust. They'll offer small, humorous observations first, watching carefully for your reaction. Do you catch the subtle joke? Do you appreciate their particular brand of wit? Your recognition and enjoyment of their humor signals that you see beneath their composed exterior to the multi-dimensional person within. What makes Capricorn humor unique is its foundation in sharp observation and timing rather than exaggeration or slapstick. They notice the absurdities and contradictions of daily life that others overlook. Their jokes often contain nuggets of wisdom wrapped in irony, revealing their perspective on human nature and social dynamics while maintaining emotional distance. For many Capricorns, humor serves as an emotional release valve. The sign that carries so much responsibility needs occasional moments of levity to balance their serious nature. By appreciating and participating in this humor, you create space for this essential emotional balance. You're silently communicating, "I see you fully," both the dedicated professional and the witty observer. Watch for the subtle shifts when a Capricorn employs humor, the slight smile that breaks their composed expression, the momentary gleam in their eye as they deliver a perfectly timed quip. These flashes of playfulness are invitations into their inner world, doorways that open briefly and close quickly if not recognized. Developing an ear for their particular comedic frequency creates a private language between you that strengthens your connection in ways that grand gestures never could. Sixth way, organize structured plans when spending time together. Capricorns maintain a complex relationship with time. They respect it deeply, treat it as a finite resource, and allocate it with intention. Understanding this relationship is crucial to winning their favor. When you create well-organized plans for your time together, you're speaking directly to their core values in a language they deeply appreciate. Structure doesn't mean rigidity. Rather, it demonstrates thoughtful consideration of how to make your shared experiences meaningful and efficient. A vague suggestion to hang out sometime will rarely excite a Capricorn as much as a specific invitation with clear parameters. There's an exhibition on architectural innovation at the museum this Saturday. I thought of you immediately. Would you be interested in seeing it together at 2 p.m., followed by coffee at that new place with the excellent espresso? Notice the elements that make this approach effective: a specific activity aligned with their interests, a defined time frame that respects their schedule, and thoughtful attention to quality, the excellent espresso. This structured approach removes the anxiety of uncertainty that many Capricorns feel when plans are left open-ended. When creating these plans, incorporate room for depth rather than rushing from activity to activity. Capricorns prefer to fully experience one meaningful event than to superficially sample many. They'd rather spend 3 hours in deep conversation at one excellent restaurant than briefly visit 3 different venues in the same time period. Their approach to experiences mirrors their approach to life: thorough, intentional, and focused on quality over quantity. Remember, too, that many Capricorns maintain demanding schedules. By presenting clear, efficient plans, you're acknowledging the value of their time without them having to assert this boundary. This consideration demonstrates emotional intelligence that sets you apart from those who casually assume a Capricorn can adapt to last-minute arrangements or open-ended commitments. The structure you provide creates a foundation of certainty that paradoxically allows Capricorns to relax more fully into your shared experiences. Knowing the framework of your time together frees them from the mental load of contingency planning and allows them to be more present with you. You'll notice this in their body language: the subtle releasing of tension in their shoulders, the more sustained eye contact, the incremental softening of their usually vigilant demeanor. As you implement these middle 3 strategies, engaging in substantive conversations, appreciating their distinctive humor, and creating structured plans, you'll notice the Capricorn beginning to reveal more layers of themselves. The reserved professional begins to share occasional personal anecdotes. The careful planner might suggest spontaneous detours within your structured outings. The analytical thinker starts to disclose not just thoughts, but feelings about those thoughts. This gradual unveiling represents significant progress in your connection with the Capricorn. You've moved beyond mere acquaintance into the realm of trusted companion. But to truly win their lasting favor, and perhaps even their heart, we must venture deeper still into understanding the more subtle dimensions of Capricorn psychology. The next 3 approaches will guide you into this more nuanced territory. 7th way, display loyalty without smothering. Having explored 6 essential approaches to connecting with a Capricorn, we now delve into the more nuanced territory of emotional balance. Loyalty ranks among the highest virtues in the Capricorn value system. These steadfast individuals, who weather life's storms with remarkable resilience, deeply appreciate this same quality in others. However, their need for loyalty exists in careful equilibrium with their equally powerful need for independence. The art of demonstrating loyalty to a Capricorn involves a delicate calibration. They need to know you'll stand firmly in their corner through challenges and setbacks, yet they simultaneously require the freedom to tackle many of life's obstacles independently. This balance can be particularly challenging for more emotionally expressive signs who might instinctively want to envelop a struggling Capricorn with support. True loyalty to a Capricorn means being consistently present without being constantly present. It's sending the clear message, "I'm here whenever you need me," while respecting that they often prefer to solve problems through their own competence and determination. It's offering help without assuming helplessness. It's expressing concern without conveying doubt in their capabilities. This loyalty manifests in practical ways. Remember the details they share about their lives, the important presentation coming up, the family situation they briefly mentioned, the health concern they downplayed but clearly weighs on them. Following up on these matters demonstrates that you've been listening attentively and that their well-being genuinely matters to you, even when they are not explicitly asking for support. Loyalty also means defending a Capricorn in their absence. These individuals are often private about their achievements and reluctant to correct misperceptions about themselves. When you thoughtfully advocate for their character or accomplishments when they are not present to do so themselves, word eventually reaches them. This form of loyalty, protecting their reputation without expectation of recognition, speaks directly to their core values. The counterbalance to this loyalty is respecting their self-sufficiency. Capricorns typically establish clear boundaries around their personal and professional lives. They need space to pursue their ambitions, to process their thoughts independently, and sometimes simply to decompress in solitude. Respecting these boundaries without taking them personally demonstrates emotional intelligence that Capricorns find deeply attractive. When a Capricorn sees that you can be both steadfastly loyal and respectful of their autonomy, they begin to relax into the relationship. The perpetual tension between connection and independence that characterizes many of their interactions begins to dissolve. They recognize in you someone who understands their fundamental nature, someone who can be trusted with their carefully guarded heart. Eighth way, express affection through subtle, meaningful gestures. Continuing our journey deeper into Capricorn psychology, we encounter their distinctive relationship with emotional expression. Many Capricorns grow uncomfortable with grand declarations of feeling or excessive sentimentality. Their emotional world runs deep but flows through narrow, carefully constructed channels, rather than spilling openly across the landscape of their lives. To connect meaningfully with a Capricorn, recalibrate your understanding of how affection can be expressed. They often communicate care through actions rather than words, and they naturally respond to the same. Small, thoughtful gestures that demonstrate attentiveness carry far more weight with them than effusive compliments or dramatic expressions of feeling. Consider the power of practical thoughtfulness. Perhaps you notice they always work through lunch when approaching deadlines, so you arrange for a quality meal to be delivered without disrupting their flow. Maybe you observed which brand of coffee they prefer and stock it at your place before they visit. Perhaps you remember they mentioned a book that influenced their thinking years ago, and you find a first edition as a gift. These gestures communicate, "I pay attention to what matters to you. I see you clearly." Timing amplifies the impact of these gestures. Capricorns often push through difficulties without complaint, maintaining their composed exterior while wrestling with challenges. Offering support precisely when it's most needed, though perhaps not requested, demonstrates both perception and genuine care. This might mean sending a brief, encouraging message before an important presentation, offering practical help during a family crisis, or simply creating space for them to decompress after a particularly demanding period. Physical affection with Capricorns follows similar principles. Many appreciate touch that feels grounding rather than overwhelming. A steady hand on their shoulder, sitting close enough that your shoulders meet, a brief but firm embrace. These earth signs often respond to physical connection that feels solid and reliable rather than fleeting or dramatic. Of course, individual preferences vary widely, but attentiveness to their responses will guide you toward the forms of physical connection that help them feel both respected and desired. What makes this approach particularly effective is that it aligns with how Capricorns themselves typically express care. When you communicate affection through these practical, thoughtful channels, you're speaking their emotional language. This creates a virtuous cycle of connection. They feel genuinely understood, which encourages them to further open their carefully guarded emotional world to you. Ninth way, demonstrate financial wisdom in your own life. Few aspects of Capricorn psychology are as misunderstood as their relationship with material security. Often characterized simplistically as frugal or money-oriented, their approach to finances actually reflects a much deeper philosophical orientation toward stability, foresight, and responsibility that extends far beyond money itself. At its core, financial wisdom for Capricorns represents something existential, the ability to create security in an uncertain world. Many Capricorns have an acute awareness of life's precariousness and feel a profound responsibility to build stability not just for themselves, but for those they care about. Their careful approach to resources reflects this deeper commitment to creating safe harbor amid life's unpredictable storms. When you demonstrate similar financial intelligence in your own life, you signal alignment with these core values. This doesn't mean you need to share identical financial philosophies. Capricorns can respect different approaches, but they need to see that you take responsibility for your material well-being rather than navigating financial matters through impulse or avoidance. Small signals of financial awareness register powerfully with Capricorns. Perhaps you mention setting aside funds for future education, or you talk about researching investments, or you weigh the value proposition of a purchase rather than buying impulsively. These moments communicate that you share their orientation toward the future and their respect for resources as tools for creating security rather than merely as means for immediate gratification. Equally important is demonstrating balance in your approach. Contrary to stereotypes, mature Capricorns aren't typically misers or workaholics who sacrifice all pleasure for future security. They appreciate the middle path, prudent planning that enables appropriate enjoyment. When you model this balance, saving thoughtfully while still experiencing life's pleasures, you demonstrate a financial wisdom that resonates deeply with their values. This financial awareness extends to how you interact around money matters in your relationship with them. Capricorns typically notice and appreciate when someone pays their fair share, keeps track of shared expenses, or acknowledges their generosity with genuine gratitude rather than entitlement. These seemingly small interactions build a picture of your overall relationship with resources that either aligns with or contradicts their need for responsible partnership. The significance of financial compatibility can't be overstated when connecting with a Capricorn. Many have witnessed or experienced firsthand how financial irresponsibility can undermine otherwise loving relationships. By demonstrating that you're a responsible steward of your own resources, you address one of their fundamental relationship concerns without them having to explicitly voice it. As we implement these three approaches, displaying balanced loyalty, expressing affection through meaningful gestures, and demonstrating financial wisdom, we create deeper resonance with the Capricorn's core values. The connection evolves from mutual respect to genuine alignment. They begin to see in you not just someone who appreciates their qualities, but someone who shares their fundamental orientation toward life, someone with whom building a future makes sense. This growing trust sets the stage for our final three strategies, which will complete your understanding of how to truly win a Capricorn's lasting favor and perhaps their heart. 10th way, respect their boundaries without taking it personally. Having explored 9 essential approaches to winning a Capricorn's favor, we now arrive at perhaps the most subtle yet crucial element of connecting with these complex individuals. Boundaries form the invisible architecture of Capricorn relationships, the carefully constructed perimeters that protect their energy, focus, and emotional equilibrium. Understanding and respecting these boundaries isn't merely a strategy, it's an acknowledgement of their fundamental nature. Capricorns typically maintain several layers of boundaries, each serving a distinct purpose in their lives. Professional boundaries protect their focused work environment and career advancement. Social boundaries regulate their limited emotional energy for interactions. Personal boundaries safeguard their private thoughts and feelings until trust is thoroughly established. Time boundaries preserve their carefully structured schedules and long-term goals. The challenge many face when connecting with Capricorns is interpreting these boundaries correctly. When a Capricorn declines an invitation, limits communication during work hours, or keeps certain topics off limits, these aren't rejections of the relationship itself. Rather, they're expressions of self-knowledge, their understanding of what they need to function at their best and fulfill their responsibilities. Emotional maturity manifests as accepting these boundaries with grace rather than resistance. When you respond to their limits with understanding instead of hurt feelings or pressure to change, you demonstrate a rare quality that Capricorns find deeply attractive. This acceptance communicates, "I see your needs clearly and respect them, even when they differ from mine." Particularly important is respecting their need for mental and emotional space. Many Capricorns require significant time for processing thoughts, evaluating situations, and recharging their energy reserves. This contemplative solitude isn't indifference. It's an essential practice that allows them to bring their best selves to their relationships and responsibilities. By honoring these periods without demand or interruption, you create psychological safety that gradually encourages greater openness. The art of respecting Capricorn boundaries involves noticing the subtle cues that indicate when they need space. Perhaps their responses become briefer, their body language more closed, or they mention upcoming work demands with a certain tone. Learning to recognize and respond appropriately to these signals demonstrates emotional intelligence that distinguishes you from those who repeatedly transgress their limits out of inattention or self-focus. This boundary respect becomes particularly meaningful because many Capricorns have experienced relationships where their limits were consistently violated. Perhaps they were labeled too serious when they needed to focus on responsibilities, or emotionally unavailable when they required processing time, or workaholic when pursuing important goals. Your willingness to accept their nature without such judgments creates a profound relief that forms the foundation for deeper connection. 11th way, offer practical gifts that serve a purpose. The language of gift giving reveals much about how we understand others. With Capricorns, this language should speak to their appreciation for functionality, quality, and thoughtfulness rather than extravagance or sentimentality. The perfect gift for a Capricorn doesn't merely please momentarily. It integrates seamlessly into their life, solving a problem or enhancing their efficiency in ways they'll appreciate repeatedly over time. This principle doesn't suggest that Capricorns only value utilitarian objects devoid of beauty or meaning. Rather, they appreciate the elegant intersection of form and function, items that accomplish their purpose exceptionally well, while also providing aesthetic or emotional satisfaction. The key lies in understanding that for most Capricorns, usefulness enhances beauty rather than detracting from it. Consider gifts that acknowledge their specific interests and challenges. Perhaps a beautifully crafted tool related to their profession or hobby, something whose quality will outlast cheaper alternatives, maybe a premium version of an everyday item they use regularly, elevating their routine through superior design and materials. Perhaps a thoughtfully chosen book that aligns with their intellectual interests while offering practical insights they can apply. Timing and presentation matter significantly with Capricorn gifts. These individuals often downplay their own needs and wants, working diligently to provide for others while neglecting self-care. A gift that arrives precisely when they need something but wouldn't purchase it for themselves demonstrates both attentiveness and genuine care for their well-being. Presenting the gift without excessive fanfare, acknowledging its practical value while allowing them to discover its deeper significance, often resonates with their understated style. The thoughtfulness behind your selection carries more weight than its monetary value. Capricorns can detect the difference between an expensive gift chosen carelessly and a modest gift selected with genuine understanding of their preferences and needs. When your gift demonstrates that you've been paying attention, noticing which author they enjoy, what tools would enhance their work, which small luxuries they appreciate but rarely purchase for themselves, You communicate a level of attentiveness that touches them deeply. This approach to gift giving extends beyond material objects to experiences that serve meaningful purposes. Perhaps tickets to an industry conference that advances their professional knowledge, a workshop that develops a skill they've wanted to acquire, or a carefully planned day that provides both intellectual stimulation and necessary relaxation. These experience gifts show understanding of both their practical nature and their need for growth and occasional rejuvenation. Through thoughtful, purpose-driven gifts, you participate in the Capricorn's quest for excellence and efficiency while demonstrating genuine understanding of their values. Each such gift becomes not merely an object, but a tangible reminder of your attentiveness to who they truly are, a quality that gradually opens the door to their closely guarded heart. 12th way, cultivate your own resilience and inner strength. We arrive now at our final and perhaps most profound strategy for winning a Capricorn's lasting admiration and affection. Beyond all specific actions and approaches lies this fundamental quality that resonates deeply with their core nature: personal resilience. This inner strength, the capacity to face life's challenges with determination rather than defeat, creates a natural harmony with the Capricorn spirit that no surface-level compatibility can match. Capricorns navigate life with an acute awareness of its difficulties. They typically encounter obstacles with a steady resolve, born not from naive optimism, but from pragmatic determination. They respect this same quality in others, the willingness to acknowledge problems honestly while maintaining the conviction that persistent effort can overcome them. When you demonstrate this balanced resilience in your own life, you establish an elemental connection with their worldview. This resilience manifests in how you handle your personal challenges. Do you face setbacks with perspective rather than catastrophizing? Do you take responsibility for finding solutions rather than merely complaining about problems? Do you persist toward goals despite encountering resistance? Capricorns notice these responses, recognizing in them a kindred spirit who understands that meaningful achievement requires overcoming adversity. Emotional resilience particularly impresses Capricorns. They often maintain composure through difficult circumstances, not from emotional absence, but from a deep commitment to handling challenges effectively. When you demonstrate similar emotional steadiness, processing feelings healthily without being incapacitated by them, you show a maturity that Capricorns find deeply attractive and trustworthy. This shared resilience creates a unique form of intimacy with Capricorns. When both people approach life's challenges with similar determination, a special bond forms through this mutual understanding. Conversations can acknowledge difficulties honestly without spiraling into hopelessness. Support becomes reciprocal rather than one-sided. The relationship itself develops durability that withstands inevitable stresses. Cultivating this resilience doesn't mean suppressing vulnerability. Rather, it involves developing the emotional capacity to be authentically vulnerable while maintaining your fundamental stability. Capricorns don't expect perfection. They expect genuine effort and the courage to continue despite imperfection. This balanced approach to life's struggles creates a foundation for partnership that resonates deeply with their values. Perhaps most importantly, your personal resilience allows Capricorns to reveal their own occasional uncertainties and vulnerabilities. Behind their composed exterior, most Capricorns experience moments of doubt and fatigue that they rarely display publicly. Only when they trust someone's emotional strength will they share these hidden aspects of themselves. Your resilience creates safe harbor for these precious disclosures. As we complete our exploration of these 12 approaches to winning a Capricorn's favor, we recognize that they form a comprehensive understanding rather than isolated techniques. Each strategy connects with and reinforces the others, creating a holistic approach to connecting with these complex, rewarding individuals. From fundamental reliability to subtle boundary respect, from intellectual engagement to resilient partnership, these approaches honor the multidimensional nature of Capricorn psychology. The journey of connecting deeply with a Capricorn requires patience, attentiveness, and genuine appreciation for their unique qualities. Yet those who undertake this journey discover something remarkable. Behind the reserved exterior lies a loyal heart, a playful spirit, a profound capacity for commitment, and a partner whose steadfastness provides anchor through life's storms. The effort invested in understanding and connecting with a Capricorn yields dividends of trust and devotion that few other relationships can match. Throughout our cosmic journey into the heart and mind of Capricorn, we've uncovered 12 powerful strategies that transform how you connect with these fascinating individuals. We began with the fundamental importance of demonstrating unwavering reliability, showing that your words and actions align consistently over time. We explored how respecting their ambition acknowledges the deeper purpose behind their drive, not mere status seeking, but a quest for meaningful impact and legacy. We discovered the patience required to allow a Capricorn relationship to unfold at its natural pace, recognizing that their careful approach to trust serves an essential protective function. Moving deeper, we examined how engaging Capricorns in substantive conversations reveals their values and characters through intellectual exchange. We uncovered the significance of appreciating their distinctive dry humor, those subtle moments of wit that offer glimpses into their carefully guarded playful spirit. We recognized how creating structured plans demonstrates respect for their time and reduces the anxiety of uncertainty that many Capricorns feel in unplanned situations. In our middle sections, we balanced the delicate art of displaying loyalty without smothering their independence, showing steadfast support while honoring their self-sufficiency. We explored how small, thoughtful gestures often communicate affection more effectively than grand emotional displays, speaking directly to their practical love language. We understood why demonstrating financial wisdom resonates so deeply with their existential need for security and stability in an uncertain world. Our final strategies revealed the importance of respecting their boundaries without taking them personally, recognizing these limits as expressions of self-knowledge rather than rejection. We discovered how practical, purposeful gifts that enhance their daily life communicate attentiveness to who they truly are. And finally, we explored how cultivating your own resilience creates natural harmony with their determined approach to life's challenges. These 12 approaches aren't manipulative techniques, but pathways to authentic connection based on genuine understanding. They honor the Capricorn's true nature rather than asking them to change. When implemented with sincerity, they create the conditions for a relationship characterized by mutual respect, deep trust, and lasting loyalty. The journey of connecting with a Capricorn requires patience and attentiveness, but those who undertake it discover something remarkable: a partner whose steadfastness provides anchor through life's inevitable storms. The investment in understanding these complex individuals yields emotional dividends that few other relationships can match. If you found value in these cosmic insights, now is the moment to become part of our astrological community. Subscribe to Secret of the Zodiac right now to ensure you never miss our upcoming revelations about every sign of the zodiac. Each subscription strengthens our cosmic collective and helps the algorithmic forces bring this astrological wisdom to others seeking deeper understanding of the stars' influence. Take a moment to explore our other videos, uncovering the hidden dynamics of each zodiac sign, from fiery Aries to intuitive Pisces. Every video offers practical, insightful strategies for navigating relationships with each unique astrological energy. We'd love to hear your Capricorn experiences in the comments below. Have you implemented any of these approaches successfully? Which Capricorn qualities have you found most challenging or rewarding? Your shared wisdom enriches our entire community and helps others on their astrological journey. If you found particular value in today's cosmic guidance, please consider supporting Secret of the Zodiac through Super Thanks. This form of financial appreciation helps cover the considerable costs of creating daily astrological content and allows us to expand our offerings with more in-depth explorations of zodiac compatibility, lunar influences, and personalized cosmic guidance. Your support through Super Thanks directly fuels our ability to produce the quality content you deserve, while keeping most of our wisdom freely accessible to all seekers. The stars have guided humanity for millennia, offering insights into our deepest natures and relationship patterns. By understanding these cosmic influences, we gain not just knowledge of others but profound self-awareness. The Capricorn wisdom we've explored today represents just one constellation in the vast cosmic map available to you through Secret of the Zodiac. Join us as we continue charting this celestial territory together, illuminating the path toward more meaningful connections and authentic self-expression. Until our cosmic paths cross again in the next video, may the stars guide your relationships with clarity, compassion, and cosmic understanding.